All right, hello everybody, and welcome to our new episode of the Animation Podcast. Thank you all for checking us out on YouTube. It has been 2 weeks. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, hope you all have been doing well. And yeah, we are back and better than ever before after 2 weeks. I know we've been gone for a little while, but yeah, it's good to be back.
Yeah, glad to be back on the studio this day. So it's really nice to see you again, and everything. But
Yeah, I can say the same for yourself.
we got a lot of amazing stuff from a bunch of new trailers and things. Plus, we are going to introduce the brand new tournament that we're going to be setting up here at the Animation Podcast. I can't wait for it. It's pretty much the same concept of what we did back in like previous years. So we did the best episode tournament for the Loud House and Casa Grandes. So that's why we want to do it this time around with our podcast this time.
Yeah, so tournament bracket isn't anything new to us, but it's something that's going to be bigger and better than anytime we ever did best episodes.
Okay, all right. Well, without further ado, let's get ourselves live, shall we?
Yes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to an all-new episode of the Anination Podcast. My name is Nate, and I'll meet this right here. Am I right?
What is up, Animation World? I hope y'all are doing very well. I hope y'all are doing spectacular. And yes, we are back after 2 weeks. And plus, spring is just around the corner.
Spring is around the corner, but then today, is it spring right now? Because it feels like it's cold and rainy and stuff like that. Coming into the studio today, I was just like, oh god, it feels miserable to come in.
Well, the cold part is usually related to winter, but yeah, in terms of the rainy part, yeah, rain is something that occurs often in spring.
Well, yeah, and then also we're in California. I mean, the rain always continues to fall often in spring. So yeah, I just didn't expect it to rain after a sunny day yesterday.
Yeah, while I don't like being in the rain, I can understand why we do need rain. And plus, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like hearing the sound of it.
Yeah, it's really nice and
It's
relaxing.
kind of soothing.
Yeah, it's really nice and relaxing, which is great. Anyway, so it has been 2 weeks. So, how has your weeks been?
My week has been very well. I have been spending some of my time to myself, including volunteer working, cleaning around the house, a bit of job search, and also I have been taking the time to see some hit movies. I did recently see Neza.
Oh, Neza, yeah.
Neza 2, which is the new biggest, it's pretty much the top contender. It's the top movie. It's the top animated movie that made the most money. More so this aisle too.
It made $2 billion in the box office, like in the China box offices, and pretty much worldwide now.
Watch out outside too. Neza got a new king.
I think Neza is the king. It is the king.
Neza's the new king.
Yes, he's the new king of animated movies, and it makes sense because Neza 2 was crazy. Because like Neza, I watched Neza 1 on YouTube with my friend, and we both liked it. And then when you watch 2, it got better. Like, oh god, it looked so much better. The humor was better. So many things were like makes it so much better than the first.
Yeah, and I actually before watching Neza 2, I actually did watch the first Neza beforehand, and yeah, Neza 1 was great. Neza 2 was epic.
Yeah.
It was an epic.
I just never expected a sequel to actually surpass this first movie, and yeah, it worked out. Plus, it was like 2019 when they made the first one. Now it's 2025, so 6 years in the making to make that sequel.
I was actually surprised that it was because before 2025, I never heard of Neza, and so it was a surprise to me about how what is this animated movie that no one's ever heard of? Oh, it's from China. Okay. Why is it beating the likes of Inside Out 2 and the Lion King remake? Why is it beating out Disney and Pixar? And so when I eventually watched it myself, I thought to myself, makes a lot of sense why.
Also, this was literally came out during Chinese New Year, and obviously it ends up getting a lot of money just because Chinese New Year fans and stuff like that. So I think the timing was perfect. The animation was great. The storytelling was amazing. I know it's supposed to talk about Chinese what was it? Zodiac things here and there, and it's cool. I love the series. I love the movie. I know there's gonna be a 3 coming out because of this. So look, you rocked $2 billion in the box office. Neza 2 did well. Neza 3. I mean, even in the end of the movie, you will expect a 3, right?
Yeah, we saw that cliffhanger, especially in the mid-credit scenes. That's when it screamed to us, yes, there's a next movie coming.
Right. if anything, again, I just loved like how Neza 2 was. Again, you can't really spoil it just because nobody has watched it.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure not everybody has watched it yet, but
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy. It's actually in theaters right now, and it's about to be limited in theaters, so you might want to hop on it if you guys haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's still going on strong. So if y'all want to check out Neza 2, go and see it.
But you have to watch that one on YouTube first. It's free, by the way, on YouTube.
Yes, that is a strong recommendation. The good thing is, like you said, it's free on YouTube. So yeah, strongly recommend Neza watching Neza 1 before 2, so that you can get a full understanding of the Neza universe.
Well, yeah, I guess. Okay. Anyways, what else did you do this week?
Another thing I did was that I have been watching a couple of shows. I have been watching Free Ren.
Nice.
I watched the first 6 or 7 episodes. I'm already immersed into it. Like I could definitely see why it is as popular as it is. Like I feel like I should have watched it when it was in Crunchyroll, but better late than never, I guess. I've also been watching the FX series The Bear, which it really does tackle the subject of PTSD and mental health really well, while still telling a great story about a 5-star chef who runs a sandwich shop.
Okay.
And also, this Monday was Mario Day, so
yeah, I was gonna ask what you do for Mario Day.
So me and a group of friends have been playing some Mario games like Super Mario Party Jamboree and Mario Party Deluxe, and it was such a fun-filled time.
Okay, nice. I thought you would do something more like go out and hang with friends and talk about Mario all day.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is that.
Well, I mean, you being the person wearing the Mario hat, I would imagine you being so hyped about Mario.
Yeah, I wish that there was a Bay Area event which it would host more events, but nonetheless, I thought it was nice just to kick back at home, just play some games with friends online. I think that's I think that when we come together as a community to celebrate Mario, that makes it all the more fun. Like makes it as fun as in person.
Yeah, Pokemon Day came out recently, a couple weeks ago. And they had their trailers of Pokemon games coming out for like the TCG, the Pokemon Go game, and the video game that's coming out. I'm surprised Mario Day didn't do anything like that. Like, there's no new Mario games coming out or new Mario specials or something for Mario Day. They never really didn't do much when it comes to what happened Mario Day.
Because they want to save all those announcements for the Switch 2 Direct, which comes on April 2nd.
So that comes out next month, and oh god.
No, believe me, I wish that they did show 1 or 2 announcements of Mario Day, but no, Nintendo wants to hype it up for
April 2nd. They can actually do like discounts, like on GameStop, to say, hey, we are doing this for Mario Day, discounts on Mario games or something. But that didn't come out or anything.
Yeah, I was surprised by that, but it goes back to what I was saying about Nintendo wants to save all the hype for Switch 2.
I guess so. I mean, I know Pokemon's supposed to come out for the Switch 2, the new game that comes out, that new game that's gonna come out, VA.
But still, though, I'm heavily anticipating.
I'm assuming there's gonna be a Super Mario game for Switch 2. Yes, but
we're expecting what we hope to see, or we're expecting to see a brand new Super Mario 3D game.
Hopefully. Well, I know that.
Yeah.
And then Mario Kart 9, obviously, but I think that's a release game. I think we're gonna see more things about that, but we'll discuss that and whenever the Switch 2 trailer comes out. That's for sure.
Yes.
All right. But besides that, anything else? So I can get to it.
Enough about me though. How about you?
Yeah. Not really much happened. So I went back to my mom's place recently. Tidied up the house here and there. And then I also hanged out with a couple of friends. Me and my friend Jess, we ended up watching a couple of movies. We watched, yesterday actually, I watched the movie Piece by Piece because we both haven't watched it yet. And it turns out to be like a huge documentary of Pharrell Williams' life.
Oh, I watched Piece by Piece myself, and yeah, it's definitely a well put together and unique sort of documentary by Pharrell Williams. I like how it's a very experimental movie because it's a combination of two things you never expect: Pharrell Williams and Legos.
Well, here's the thing that I also recognize. Like, Pharrell literally did an interview with this one person, the director who made this Lego movie, and then out of all places, Pharrell wanted to make it in Lego. So something tells me like this documentary series was an IRL thing, and then Pharrell said, "Let's put it in Legos." So they took another year or two to make it in Legos.
And I'm glad they did. I like the direction.
It makes it more lively because there are real people that are actually in this, like Stefani, Jay-Z, Kendrick Lamar. I did not expect that Kendrick was gonna be in there. I'm like, oh, did Pharrell put a beat for Kendrick? What?
Yeah, and also Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Snoop Dogg was there. Pusha T was there, and then of course NERD, the group that Pharrell was a part of. I mean, like for real, like it was a great documentary series about what Pharrell Williams' life was like. You know, born in Virginia Beach and now becoming a big pop star that he is right now.
I thought that was smart of them to do to go the Lego style movie route because it's to appeal to the kids and Lego fans.
We haven't had a Lego movie in quite a while too. Like the last Lego movie was what, Ninjago?
Yeah, it was Lego Movie 2.
And then there was Batman, the Batman.
The Lego Batman movie. Yeah, but this is a whole brand new Lego movie.
Yeah, I mean, like it's a great concept, and I really hope people like. I don't know what the next Lego movie will be, but it'd be pretty fun if they ever do documentaries like that.
Well, I should make it Lego Kendrick Lamar documentary.
No, they won't. Kendrick is definitely not like big into kid stuff. Look, Kendrick's songs are not for kids, okay? Pharrell's is just because Happy is absolutely popular.
Like I'm saying, if it were to happen, Drake would be the villain.
Yeah, that's true. Drake is probably like gone by now. I also didn't expect this, but the Minions were also in that movie. I'm like, yeah, I wasn't gonna expect that.
The Minions were there as a way to say this is a Universal movie.
Well, no, it was because the song that they were gonna reference was Happy, and that was from the Despicable Me movie.
It comes down to both reasons for Easter egg references and also to point out that yes, Pharrell Williams did the music for Minions.
Yes. Yeah. And he's doing that for every. He's doing it for every Despicable Me movie. Have you guys noticed? Like 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's a Pharrell Williams music song in there. Yeah.
Yeah, Pharrell Williams really does nail it.
He's just a great singer. Yeah. He's just a great person who like knows how to make beats and also makes music as well.
Cause I'm happy.
Yeah, happy. Like, look, we can look back at like many years ago. We also listened to his songs as well. Mm-hmm. I mean, Drop It Like It's Hot. It was with Pharrell. Yeah. There was the first solo song that he did, Front Me, which was pretty sick. I didn't know that they went to every track, even the Daft Punk track too. Like Get Lucky. Oh man.
Yeah, Pharrell Williams really did collaborate with a lot of well-known musicians.
And he did a great job with it. Yeah. But yes, I did watch Neza too. It was also really awesome. Finally seeing what the whole hype was all about when it comes to that movie. And I can understand why it got $2 billion. It was animated really well. And it kind of tells me, like, whoever that animation company was for Neza is probably ranking it with all the bugs. And it's like, okay, now we can make more animated movies. Not really just on Neza, but maybe more on, Chinese culture out there, you know? I'm kind of wondering if they can ever bring it to the States, but, China.
I mean, they have to release it on Chinese New Year. That's really about it.
Yeah, but I mean, who knows? Like, there have been, like, movies that come from other countries coming to, like, you've noticed, right? There are other movies come from other countries to here, right? Like,
yeah, of course.
You see, like, Indian movies, like, from India, Bollywood movies.
Of course, Japanese movies.
Yeah, of course, anime movies. Yeah.
Oh, and of course, Latvia.
Of course, Flow, yes.
Latvia.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like, I feel like it's becoming a big thing where, like, international movies come to our box offices now.
Yeah, like, and I'm saying that the reason why Neza 2 didn't make as much money as it did is that I think it's like goes back to what you're saying about it taking place in Chinese New Year, and I feel like if they release Neza 3 during Chinese New Year, I think it will make just as much money as Neza.
But I would expect it will not be coming out until probably like 2029 or something, just because it's
like near the end of this decade, right?
Yeah. Just because, like, look, it's a very popular series. I'm pretty sure they're working on 3, but let them take their time. Look what they did. 6 years after the first movie, and they turned out to be really good. So
yeah, both of them did.
Yeah, I think if anything, we need to discuss more about Neza later. But yeah,
I'm so excited for the day I talk more about Neza. Yeah,
we got a lot of things for animation. I think look when we go out for 2 weeks, or like when we go out for a week, again more animation news starts coming up, and that's why we have to like bring on as much as we can.
Yeah, I already have a lot that comes to mind for next week.
So we'll have a lot of things to mention, but we do have a lot of things to talk about for this episode. So let's go ahead and get things started here. And the first thing I want to talk about is our first impressions on 2 things that happened while we were away. So this particular cinematic has animatic. That's cinematic. Sorry. This particular animatic has been has been on YouTube airwaves for such a long time, and we were kind of wondering what the heck this cartoon is all about. But it's not even a cartoon; it's just an animatic. Literally, a person putting up the storyboards and putting it all onto YouTube. And it's been getting a lot of traction, and I can understand why. So let's actually talk about why I don't want Pretty Pretty Please. I don't want to be a magical girl.
I don't want to be a magical girl.
So this, I did not expect this, by the way. Like, let's talk about just like watching it for the first time. What were your impressions when you first saw this particular animatic?
The moment that I was done watching this animatic, I was like, I'm already ready for this to be a very successful animated series. Like, I'm already ready for this to go the same route as Has Been Hotel Amazing Digital Circus. I'm ready for this already to be successful.
Well, from all the popularity that it's having, I have a feeling that a lot of companies are going to be picking up for what it is. Because from the way I'm seeing it, it's just cinematic boards, but like they did it a different way because it's just not even animation. It's just boards, like literally just clips of like drawings and stuff.
Yeah, it's a rough draft.
Right. It's just a rough draft, and like she already placed like the person who created this animated series. What's it? Kiana Consmith.
Kiana Consmith.
Yeah, Kiana Consmith. Oh, she made the storyboards. Then she literally put up like all the voice actors, and she put up like really good voice actors, by the way.
Oh yeah, very stellar.
And it makes sense why these particular voice actors were playing these characters, and it fit. Like it really fits.
Yeah, you got Anaris Quinones, who voices the main character Aika. You got Bennett Ibarra, who voices Zira. And you especially got, of course, Christian Marie Cabanos, who voices Hoshi. And yeah, that's just scratching the surface. That's just like not even the whole list. And they do a spectacular job. One thing I have noticed is that with Christine Marie Cabanos is that, of course, she's well known for voicing in Magical Girl series like Sailor Moon and Madoka Magica. So I think that
she's very familiar with the Magical Girl genre.
Oh, she's a Magical Girl household. She's pretty much the go-to when it comes to being involved in voiceover work for Magical Girl series. So she definitely fits in the cast.
Right, but then like look at the other people that are also being voice acted in. And Iris Quinones, like she's starting up as a voice actor. She's done a lot of other animes before, but now this is I think her being in the start of it all. Like she's a lead in this particular animatic. Tells me like, okay, maybe if this cartoon goes well, she'll become a very famous like voice actor. Look what happened to like Adam MacArthur, who started off with Marco Diaz, and look at him now as Yuji from Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, and another one that comes to mind is Zeno Robinson, who has
he's very popular already.
He's been popular since about the mid 2010s, and look to where he is now. So we've seen the rise of voiceover stars.
Well, I wouldn't compare Zeno in next to Anaris, just because Anaris is just starting up. Like Zeno is already huge, but he has a long list of voice acting. So for Anaris, it might be the start for her. It might be like the next Erica Mendez, for example, because she started off just with Ryuko from Kill la Kill, and look at her now doing a lot of voice acting.
And that's also another beautiful thing about these indie projects is that it's pretty much the debut for rising voice actors and actresses.
I mean, like I remember how Eric Mendez started in a Persona 4 comic dub.
I look where she is now.
Yeah, I just remember hearing her name. Like, wait, Erica Mendez used to voice in this particular short in YouTube.
Apparently, yeah.
Oh, you haven't seen it, huh?
I haven't seen that. Oh, was it the
Nautico. Bring me some sausages. Have you watched that?
Was that the Persona 4 Daisu comic or?
No, it's the I Am Daisy comic.
Oh, I Am Daisy comic. Right?
Yeah, the one where one of our friends he was Teddy.
I am Daisy. Yeah. I remember watching a few. I haven't watched the whole thing, but I've watched.
Dude, there's literally a video. There's literally like 30 minutes of a video of it. How did you not see it all?
No. I mean, like I've seen some of the just a few of the comics.
No. I mean,
I haven't seen the compilation.
No. I mean, yeah, it's a compilation, but like it's only 30 minutes long or something. Like it's either way. Like it's a very funny thing for all Persona fans, and that's where I first heard about Erica Mendez. I was just saying like this is how she started, like in a very small role in like as animatic like this, and Anaris Quinones, who's like the lead of the character Aika. she's starting off as a lead for this character, then who knows what she does next. Plus, she's done other voice acting roles at the moment. Like, she's starting up. I feel like she's gonna do big if this is successful.
Yeah, that's why I'm rooting for this to be successful. Not only is it going to be good for the series, it's going to be good for her.
Oh, I know, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so let's actually try to break down what the heck happened in this particular animatic, because it's just all about Aika trying to be like a normal girl. She looks like she just started going into high school and stuff. She meets up with this one girl who looks like she's boring and stuff. How do you feel about the two characters, by the way? Like the Aika and what was it, Zira? Yeah.
I feel like Aika and Zira have this great dynamic in which you got Aika, who is actually a magical, and then you got Zira, who's just a fan of magical girl. And plus, if you see the contrasting personalities between the two, you can tell they really work. Opposites do attract, and I do mean the friendships as well. I feel like when I see these two, I think of it as legit friendship.
I feel like one of them is absolutely happy-go-lucky, just because Aika's like, oh my god, I'm very happy, I'm just so happy to be at school, versus like Zira, who's just like a boring girl. She's like, I don't care about life, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, the best way you could describe Zira is that she sort of like has this emo personality.
I know. I don't think she's like emo.
This moody personality.
Yeah, she's definitely moody. Like, she's definitely. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's mostly like how much like I try to compare like characters that are kind of like boring like that. I don't know who though.
Like Zira's quiet, introverted side.
Yeah,
have it reminds me of some character like Lucy Lau from Mahos, for example.
Maybe, yeah, kind of like the Lucy Lau and stuff, but she's definitely not soft. She's just like I don't know, boring to say.
However, she can be excited too. She could be extrovert. She could be happy-go-lucky herself, and that's only when you mention anything about Moon Sailor, which is what the manga series is doing. It's literally called Moon Sailor.
I kind of do hate that a little bit. Why did you call it literally just reverse Sailor Moon and you just put Moon Sailor? I'm like, you're fucking kidding me, right?
Yeah, I feel like they could have come up with a better title because, yeah, Moon Sailor is just you reverse the words. I feel like you could have been more creative with it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you could have at least done, like, Magica Moon, or this Magica Moon Magic or something. I don't know. You could have, like, mixed up, like, Madoka Magica and Sailor Moon together and made, like, a different name or something.
Or you could have called this Sailor Earth, for example.
No.
Or, I don't know, it's a Madoka Mars? Madoka Mars.
No, that's just no. I'm just saying, like, they could have done something. They could have twisted up the magical girl title a little bit. Can't just be Moon Sailor. I'm like, are you kidding me?
I guess it just goes to show that it's Kiana's way of blatantly saying, I'm a huge Sailor Moon fan.
Zira kind of reminds me of a little bit about myself a little bit, just because, you know, I mean, it reminds me of people who are introverted and they're into anime and manga and stuff, and you can see, like, why she's just a loner. Like, some folks don't like manga, don't really like to read manga, like, by themselves and stuff like that. Like, I could just imagine her just, like, you know, she never have a friend. She's, like, very introverted, very shy. She's not really associated with people that much. So the only way that she can cope is, like, by reading her mangas, which she's done in the anime, where she's, like, literally reading a comic book while eating lunch.
Yeah, and Zira even said herself as well, she is known as a loser.
Oh my god, it's a loser! Oh god.
and then she does the anime glasses.
Yeah. She tries to do like those anime poses and stuff.
Love it. Like this animatic alone.
I just love how Aika just goes up and says like, "Oh my god, you're a real loser," and then it's like, that's not something to be proud of.
Hey, they're losers, baby.
No.
In all seriousness, though, this is definitely Kiana. Putting so much emphasis on anime inspiration behind this, and I just can't.
There's a bunch of anime inspiration behind this.
Yeah.
I mean the fact that like Aika's so happy-go-lucky, and then you have the magical girl genre in there, which we'll discuss now. The fact that like Aika doesn't want to be a magical girl, wants to be a normal girl is I think relative, because like you always see like in the magical girl genre, like these magical girls always love to be magical girls. I love how Kiana switches it around. Where like, you know, I guess like her job, like Aika's job is to become a magical girl and save the world from like, you know, evil, what's going on in the world and stuff like that. But she hates doing that. She wants to be normal, and that's what happened in the first animatic. Hence the
title of this project.
But it feels like she knows her stuff. Like she literally just like she talks to this one little cute star Hoshi, who apparently she traps in a box. It's like, I don't want to be a magical girl, so I trap you in a box.
And Hoshi must be trapped in the box for a very good reason. Like, she's very pushy, like pushing Aika to become magical girl again. And I'm just like, Hoshi, give the girl a break. She's supposed to live a normal life.
No, but like, I don't know what made her want to like not be a magical girl. Was it just because it's just too much responsibility? Was it like too much things that said like, I don't like this life. I want to become a normal girl. So obviously, this animatic doesn't tell you what happens, but
or maybe it could go the dark tragic past route, where there's some trauma that she went through during one of her missions as a magical girl, and ever since then she just wants to quit because that's what trauma will do that to you.
I guess, but again, they're never gonna give up the answer until we start making like more episodes. And something tells me like after the popularity that Kiana has for this particular series, there's gonna be probably more episodes, or if anything, you can finally see the full cinematic, the full animatic, because it was all storyboards. Now it needs a real animation.
Yeah, like the final draft, the full fledged animatic will be the next step for this project. Then it's full series.
Let's actually discuss about that one magical scene too, because like you had Aika become a magical girl, and then you had this one boy who like just invades the school and tries to find the magical girl.
Eclipse was pretty funny. Like when I look at Eclipse, he has a similar mannerism.
He definitely has that he definitely has that
he has that
pretty boy
energy.
He has that pretty boy thing energy. Yes, yeah.
He has that hunter like energy where he can be a clumsy dork, but he tries to be intimidating, which can put off the main female protagonist. And so Eclipse really does stand out as a pretty interesting character himself. I want to see him fully developed.
I wonder how that happened, because remember that he even said that it was he actually likes the Aika or something, and Aika said like, no, I don't like him, but he likes her. Oh god, that was such a trippy thing. I'm like, we're gonna have these kind of fights, huh?
Is there going to be a ship between Aika and Eclipse?
Oh, I mean, possibly.
Look out for all those ships.
Also, shout out to Alexis Lee, Alex Lee, because he did a really great job being Eclipse, because his voice was just absolutely working for that character.
Yeah, he really does have so much fun with the role, especially when it goes back to the voice over delivery about how he tries to be this intimidating baddie, but in the end he comes off as a dork.
Yeah. Yeah, either way, like, I just remember the fight scene too. I remember, like, when Aika, like, transforms. It doesn't really transform, just immediately just goes straight into a magical girl by, like, having the clothes ready for her. And then, like, the magical weapon that she has is literally a blunt object, a steel pipe.
It's a lead pipe! Yeah. Not a magical wand, but a lead pipe.
I love how, like, Zero was, like, pointing out, saying, like, oh, is that a magical pipe? And then she's like, yep. And then, what are you gonna do with it? Snap his freaking legs off.
It's like, boom. Hey, a lead pipe is a very effective weapon, even for magical.
Yeah, it's not even magical. It's literally just a lead pipe, and she just, like, hammers his legs and stuff.
Like, I can
feel... And you see, like, what happened in the end. Like, his legs are literally broken.
Like, I can feel the slight disappointment that Zero and Hoshi have of the fact that, oh, it's a lead pipe.
Hoshi's the one that's actually, like, excited, but then, like, you see how Zero and Aika are. Zero is absolutely ecstatic, because it's like she's seeing her magical girl dreams happen, you know? I can understand how she's a huge fanatic of what the heck she was watching, considering, like, she saw magical girls, she saw a fight. Oh my god, magic. She's like, triple wow, triple wow, ah!
She says magical girl, anime fan girl, and I just can't help but adore Zero for her. She's precious.
Like,
Zero's precious.
Look, I just like that because, like, I thought we were going to see a boring character, but no, we ended up actually seeing a very excited character after she sees all the magical girl stuff.
Exactly.
So Zero now becomes very exciting.
It's what makes Zero all the more enjoyable. She's very more layered than we thought, because we thought that she would be the typical introverted shy nerd, but no, there's actually more to her than that.
Right, and I do feel like this is gonna work out. Like, we saw, again, like, I'm just summing up like what happened in this episode. We get to see the introduction of the characters, we get to see how the school life is, we get to see how these magical girl elements come to be. And we also get to see the mission that comes in line, because we also do get to see who the real villain is too. And it wasn't really much to bring out, but you know, I get it. Like, for a magical girl genre, there's always going to be some sort of evil like presence happening, and we get to see it in that animatic too.
Yeah, let's just say that there's going to be more to this project that meets the eye. But however, like there are a lot of questions that do need to be answered. Characters that need to be fleshed out. All of that. But we gotta make this a series first.
So I think the one thing to do first is to make this a full cinematic or animatic because it was just storyboards, right? So after all the support that happened, I would imagine what was it? Kiana is probably working on that cinematic or the animatic now.
Yeah, and what it comes down to, I think it's up to us to make sure that this animatic gets exposed.
Well, here's the other thing too. We can't donate to her. We don't even know what her donation is or anything.
I'm not saying donate to her, but I'm saying like the video.
I'm pretty sure it's already out there that it's very popular. So this already gives her like the motivation to make that animatic happen. Like it's going to be a full-fledged pilot cartoon right now, and we wait for that, and and then after that we'll see like what kind of big deals can happen for that particular series. Maybe another episode will go on YouTube. Maybe another episode. Maybe there'll be a big deal for Kiana to be on be on a big network like Disney Channel or something.
The most likely scenario is that it could go the Amazing Digital Circus route, in which it's going to show the first 2 or 3 episodes on YouTube, strictly YouTube, and then it'll get picked up by a streaming service like Netflix or Amazon Prime or anything like that. Have them pick it up, give them the rights to the series.
From what I'm kind of seeing it, something tells me it could also go the Hazbin Hotel route, where it will get picked up and get like a full series. And maybe Amazon Prime might pick it up and make it its own series for the streaming service.
Yeah, and the directions that Hazbin and Digital Circus each went really did help their advantage. They each became successful by going their own routes. So whichever route this project will go, I'm fine with as long as it becomes successful.
Yeah, so something tells me that this is going to be really good. I feel like the animatic is about to be the next step for what Please I Don't Want to Be a Magical Girl is going to be.
Yeah, and I feel like this is definitely going to be one of those. Like, I'm rooting for this to win because we need indie projects, indie animation to win, to thrive, to success.
I think that's one thing we also want to point out. We love indie animation. It's all over YouTube, by the way. There's a lot more projects out there that's not getting a lot of not getting a lot of popularity. This is where I want to ask you guys to at least give us a couple of links about some indie cartoons that we want to see. And then who knows, we'll probably put an episode, or we'll probably put you guys in an episode where we'll discuss about it and say how excited we are for it. So I don't want. I mean, we found it because a lot of people liked it. That's great, but we want to see how cartoons can be popular and stuff. It can't just be because of the fans. It can be more than that. So yeah, if you guys have any cartoons that you want to bring up, please let us know. Link us at Anination Pod. We have our Twitter, we have our Instagrams. Link us to your cartoons so that we can see how popular it is. And maybe we could be able to spotlight it for you guys here in our podcast.
Yeah, I agree because the more indie animation, the merrier. The more the merrier.
But if anything, I believe this is going to become a big hit. We'll wait probably 2 or 3 years for it to actually become a big series. But for now, I'm really hoping for Kiana to actually have a little mini series coming on YouTube because I can't wait to see what will happen next for it. Maybe another episode, maybe a full-length episode that is an animatic. So
yes, full-length episode. It's just one step at a time. This is the first step. Let's see if the second step, third step.
Not what you were expecting to. What do you think is the next step for Please I Don't Want to Be a Magical Girl?
What I feel is the next step after this animatic is, of course, you gotta make it full-fledged from beginning to end, fully animated, and then extend upon the episode, and then make it a full series.
Yeah, I'm wondering how those episodes are going to be. Maybe more characters being introduced. You do have Marie Houghton, who is Marie.
You have the voice actress of Tilly Green named Marie Harrington.
Marie Harrington is actually in this series, but she was just a background character.
Yeah, so of course we all know that Kiana Smith was heavily involved in Big City Greens as an episode director, writer, and storyboard artist. So I like the fact that you got a Big City Greens voice actress who voiced Tilly to collide with Kiana Smith again.
So something tells me Shane Houghton, Chris and Shane are going to be in this too, huh?
Yeah, watch them do guest voiceover appearance.
That would be fun to actually see here at Cricket Green out of nowhere.
But the first thing that came to my mind, the first thought I had was what sort of similar traits or parallels will this show have with Big City Dreams?
I can't actually think of anything.
Oh no, because I'm saying like because it's like Keanu Smith, I feel like
because it's not from the country. This is not from the country. This is literally like in a rural town.
It's not from a country. I'm not saying that it has to have a similar storyline or anything like that. I'm saying like there's a few Easter eggs or references.
The only thing reference I can only bring up is that there's going to be the voice actors of like the Big City Dreams folks going to be in this particular series. That's all I can think of because like I can't see maybe a little bit of like Easter eggs from Big City Dreams, but I can't see myself seeing a Cricket Green or a Tilly Green anywhere in this show.
Yeah, no, not the obvious ones, but somewhere along the lines like background items is what I'm saying. Like that. The items.
These are just small little things. I don't think that's gonna be a big thing.
No, that's just it. I think that's the closest thing we'll get to it.
Right.
Along with the obvious like couple people involved in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Either way, I am absolutely on the rider for this. I can't wait to see how this series goes. Hopefully, we get a full choice for this particular show. But yeah, please. Pretty please. I don't want to be a magical girl. That's currently out on YouTube. Please check it out when you can. It's obviously free for you to watch. And yes, with all that support, maybe it becomes a big cartoon soon.
Yes. So pretty please give this a watch. Pretty please make this a success. Yeah.
All right. Next up, let's actually talk about another trailer that also did come up when we were away. It all talks about this particular anime series called Lazarus. Now we did discuss this a couple of episodes ago about a particular video that came out that talked about like how Lazarus is going to be about. Now we actually have a full-length trailer from Max about what Lazarus is going to be about. This was made by Shintaro Watanabe, who is mostly famous for shows like Cowboy Bebop and Space Dandy. This particular series is set in the future as well, in 2052. Lazarus is a special task force of 5 agents whose mission is to locate a scientist named Dr. Skinner, discover an inaugural drug known as Hapna, which is actually a deadly poison that kill those that take the drug in 42 months. So this apparently is a slow-moving drug, and Lazarus, these people who are in this particular group, are folks that wants to stop him before everyone dies. To say. So the whole plot was pretty much all laid out there. Well, how intrigued are you with this particular plot?
I feel like this is a very well thought out and kind of a unique concept in which while the drug doesn't kill you right away, it's going to kill you within 42 hours. Therefore, it builds suspense with each episode because each episode does progress time forward, therefore reaching the end of 42 hours. So I'm wondering how that's going to go.
Okay, so we're kind of doing a 24. Have you heard about the series 24?
I haven't watched the series.
Okay, so the series 24 was back in Fox in the 2000s. It's all about this like secret agent that if this thing doesn't happen in 24, if like something doesn't happen in 24 hours, then something bad happens. So I feel like what you're talking to me about when it comes to this Lazarus project kind of reminds me of 24.
I feel like it's going to go the 24 routes, and it makes it all the more thoroughly engaging. It's helped by the fact that you've got these 5 task force agents who all have their different personalities, quirks, and even fighting styles.
Yeah, I mean, I love how they reference like so many stuff from old Shintaro Watanabe stuff, like guns. Obviously, you've seen that from Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
You've seen the kick stylings of Spike Spiegel and one of the characters. One of the characters like kind of looks badass like Faye, honestly.
Yeah, this just screams modern Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, and also like you look back at the other shows that he's done, Space Dandy, Michiruto Hachin, Samurai Champloo, Carol and Tuesday. Carol and Tuesday obviously is definitely not that.
Yeah.
But then you look at Samurai Champloo, you get to see Space Dandy. It's all been like comedy, action, like so much like all of that blended into something that kind of resembles Cowboy Bebop a little bit, obviously.
Yeah. Now, of course, with this project, of course, there's a bit of Shinichiro Watanabe here and there, but the main, it's pretty much the majority of similarities this show shares with is Cowboy Bebop. All the way down to it's notice how the opening sequence definitely looks like the Cowboy Bebop opening.
Kind of does, yeah. even the whole like posters that they did. I remember seeing the poster on Toonami's website, and it literally has all of them like in different colors, and I'm like, this is definitely Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, it's got a little bit different color palettes and poses. Yeah.
Okay, so if we're comparing this show to Cowboy Bebop, what makes you think that it'll maybe be as good as Cowboy Bebop?
I don't think that it'll be. I'm not expecting to be as good as Cowboy Bebop, but I'm still expecting to be a stellar Watanabe series. Because Watanabe has delivered quality content before.
Yeah,
not just with Cowboy Bebop.
I'm just saying, like, it's not like we're gonna see like space like bounty hunters happening like what Cowboy Bebop's doing. We're just seeing some similarities, huge similarities when it comes to Cowboy Bebop and Lazarus. Like the kickboxing style of that one guy, the parkour that happened on one guy. There's guns and like the stealth work that happens in Cowboy Bebop is kind of relevant to Lazarus. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of wondering like how these characters are going to be because like all 5 of them have their own specialties. Like one of them is with computers, 2 of them are like agents, like secret agents and stuff, and then 2 of them are like people that are just like random people that then like if they want to pick on fights, they know how to like fight.
Yeah, and I think the way the series is going to go is that, of course, you got this intriguing cat and mouse game in which you've got these 5 chasing down Dr. Skinner in order to retrieve that drug, which could kill all of humanity within 42 hours. I want to see them do a combination of that plotline as well as the backstories for each and every single one of these characters.
Well, something tells me that's probably going to happen.
Yeah.
I want to see like how they became Lazarus as well. Like, how did they find this person? How did they find that person? When they all became a team and made Lazarus?
Yeah, I feel like if you combine the two, if you integrate these 2 elements within the show, it's gonna make for one hell of a series.
Yeah. So one significant element we noticed when watching Shigeru Watanabe's animes that she heavily uses music integration, and this uses jazz, which has been already implemented in Cowboy Bebop. So how has the direction helped make a huge impact for anime in general?
So Shinichiro Watanabe's heavy use of jazz in this show really does. It's another one of those elements in which Shinichiro Watanabe pretty much says flat out that this is the modern Cowboy Bebop, and I think he uses jazz as a way to tell it.
It's like, well, I mean, like, it's still the future, considering that it's in 2052. So, I mean, something tells me, like, this is kind of, like, in the same realm. It'd be funny if it was in the same realm with Cowboy Bebop, honestly.
I personally would have preferred if he used a brand new music genre in order to integrate it into his show, because he's already done jazz. We know he's done hip-hop with Samurai Champloo. We know that he's done, pop and a variety of musical songs for Carol and Tuesday. I'm saying it would have been great if Lazarus had a brand new music genre to go with it.
Like, what would that be, though?
Like, let's say, for example, techno, for example. Do you think electronic or techno would work?
Space Dandy do that?
I think Dandy, Dandy was a mix of jazz and...
jazz? I don't think it was jazz. It definitely was...
Or was it electronica?
It really was electronica. Yes, I believe techno definitely wasn't heavily involved because I know Space Dandy loves to party. And there was a lot of that. Even the freaking theme song was like all hip. Disco, I think we would say disco. Just because like the songs definitely feel very disco-y.
I actually watched the Space Dandy on Adult Swim, which had the much shorter opening than the original Japanese opening. Which
you should have at least watched it in Japanese or something, so you get to hear like the openings and stuff.
So I think that's why I was guessing that it used more jazz than electronic.
I know why you said new wave. I'm like, new wave? What is new wave?
But in all seriousness, though, it goes back to what I was saying about Shinichiro Watanabe. He's a big music guy. Like
I get it. Like he loves to resemble music into his anime series. Like he did that with Cowboy Bebop and jazz. And yes, here we go. He's putting jazz back in Lazarus. And it tells me like, are we in the same timeline where Cowboy Bebop is? Where like Lazarus happened literally on the ground, like in Earth. Like something happened in the ground, while Cowboy Bebop was all in space. So something tells me like this could be a storyline where like this happened all in the same realm of like space bounties plus like a big thing that happened in a certain area of Earth where like people are dying.
So you're telling me that we're looking at a Lazarus Bebop universe?
Kinda. I'm kind of looking at it that way just because it's all in the future.
We got an anime universe, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I mean, I would not be surprised if like Watanabe ends up actually putting a couple of comic book references in there.
It could. I mean, we already got homages. We already got references to Cowboy Bebop already. So yeah, it's definitely looking to do that.
So what do you expect to see from this anime series?
It goes back to, it's like I said before, what I expect to see from this anime series is, of course, major character development for each and every single one of these task force agents, all the way down to how they got into Lazarus in the first place.
Yeah.
As well as this intriguing cat and mouse style chase.
Yeah, that's the other thing that I also was intrigued about, like how in 24 episodes, I believe this is a 24 or 4, I forgot how many episodes it was, but if this is a 12 or 24 episode like series, how can you all condense it into a 42-day timeline? Because it's like, if you're telling me in 42 months that people are going to die, and if it's just going to be one straight series, how will it all occur? Because I would imagine day one would be literally on the first episode, all the way to the 49th month. And I'm like, wait, how will that work? Citro, you got a lot of things to say here.
Once it's 42 hours, you could have each and every single episode put up some sort of time slot where it's like hour 1 or day 1, and then
that'd be sick. That'd be cool to have. Like,
and then episode 2 can have
hour
3.
Here's the thing: it's 42 months, so maybe like month 1 would be literally that particular first episode. Then month 6 would be in the 3rd episode. Month 9 would be in the 9th episode or something. You know?
That's a creative way for Shinichiro Watanabe to give the show its own identity.
Actually, the fact that I mean, if they would actually have a timeline where it actually does tell you like this happens this day, this happens this month. You know, it's kind of like Loki, for example. They do that. Like, goes back to certain timelines, and tells you which one's present, which one's not.
That's supposed to score major points if they actually do that.
Yeah. So I do like how this whole concept would be. If it is going to be something more like a race against time, like particular anime series, I think I'll be excited for it.
Yeah, you never know, like if they'll actually catch Dr. Skinner in time, or maybe that they have successfully catch Dr. Skinner in like midway throughout the series. You never know when or if they actually do catch Dr. Skinner.
Yeah, we don't know, but again, we'll see how it all goes down. Again, I'm excited for it. It is Shinichiro Watanabe, and he has done so many great anime series, and Lazarus is his latest project, and it comes out on Max next month.
Yeah. All I gotta say is Shinichiro Watanabe does not miss. He does not miss.
So I do love the fact that Max does have that concept where it will premiere on Toonami on April 5th, and then it will air the next day on Max April 6th.
Which is a smart move for Warner Discovery too.
You know what? Why don't you all do the same thing? Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, Paramount Plus.
Yeah. That's not to say Warner Bros. Discovery is perfect, alright? They made...
I know they're not perfect, but at least Max has that particular thing where it's like next day on Max. I'm like, oh, okay, this is actually a pretty good concept.
Yeah.
I don't think I see that at Disney Plus at all.
One thing you gotta give credit to Warner Bros. Discovery is that at least they know how to handle Max.
So, like, if I can't watch it on midnight when it actually airs up on April 5th, I can at least watch it on April 6th and onward.
Yeah. So it all comes back to whether or not you have cable, you can still watch it.
While, for example, like, waiting months for, say, for example, Fair Fairies to Wish to come on Paramount Plus. I'm just saying.
I'm still waiting for season 2.
Season 1 is already out on Paramount Plus, by the way.
Y'all better go watch it. That series needs
I'm telling you, that's why Max is I think a good platform, honestly. It's been a good platform for cartoons and stuff. Mm-hmm. Except don't freaking take out all the Cartoon Network shows, you stupid people.
Yeah, that's why I kind of disagree with you when you say that.
Either way, checked out this brand new series, Lazarus, coming out on April 5th. Toonami on Cartoon Network, adults on Toonami, and on April 6th on Max.
Yes. Lazarus.
Alright. Well, we've got some time, so let's actually talk about the Oscars, because we did mention that we are big fans of the Oscars, and 2 weeks ago, we hanged out at your place, checked out what the Oscars was all about. So let's actually just break down what happened throughout the entire show. I remember firsthand there was the introduction, which had, what was it?
You had Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande singing Define Gravity.
Yeah, from Wicked, yes.
Which was really powerful. And then, of course,
please tell me you watched Wicked, right?
I've watched Wicked, yeah.
Yes, thank you. I'm like, Because like the performance in the movie was great, but watching it live was the same thing. Like, oh my god, just hearing Cynthia and Ariana Grande, both of them, just absolutely being vocal. You can see how freaking like true the voice was from Cynthia. Holy crap, it was like magical to say.
It was beautiful, and as someone who is a big fan of the movie, it was something that was so beautiful, and it was something that was like, okay, we're already off to a powerful start in the Oscars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's a great powerful start having that, and then we start seeing the host, which is Conan O'Brien, which by the way, we haven't seen Conan O'Brien in so long. I missed his show Conan. He's been doing YouTube videos here and there. He's been doing travel videos, but now he has a spot of hosting the Oscars. How do you like him as a host?
Yeah, Conan O'Brien is one funny dude. Like you've seen his past work, and yeah, he's got some great comedy material. And with the Oscars, I feel like as a host, it is no exception. Like Conan O'Brien really did nail it as the Oscar host.
You know what? We had too much Jimmy Kimmel these last couple of years as the Oscars host, and Conan O'Brien just never misses. I don't know. He's been a very funny guy. It's just that we haven't seen him in so long. So the comedy has obviously, we had to settle in and see what his comedy was going to be about. Obviously, introducing the people that were there, and the fact that there were some skits that he's done. I remember he did like this whole musical skit, "I Won't Waste Time," but that was pretty epic.
That was awesome, and not to mention, there's also some other skits as well. Like for example, Adam Sandler, who was in the audience with his.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering, like, he wasn't even nominated. I was assuming he's just a guest star.
Yeah, I was like, what was in this? Like,
he was literally in drag. Like, he was wearing a hoodie and like shorts, and I'm like, dude, you're supposed to wear your Sunday best in this. What the fuck?
And then he was like, shouting to the audience, "Look, it's me!" Like,
oh, okay.
Oh, and also that disappointment of look. John Lithgow's face of disappointment. He pretty much says that, if your acceptance speech goes on for way too long, you get the John Lithgow's face of disappointment.
What's funny is I don't see it that much. I didn't see it that much. There was a lot of speeches that did take a long time.
Yeah, but it rarely got shown. Or maybe
I know it's a joke. I know it's supposed to be a joke. So, yeah.
But other than Conan O'Brien as a host, I feel like there were some other skits involved that there were some memorable moments as well that just really hit me in the heart. Like for example, the tribute to the LA firefighters I really liked.
Oh, I also did like how they were also being a part of the introduction too, because I remember they all came out great, and you see the standing ovation from the people there.
Yeah.
I also do remember that they also did lead up to a joke that they were mentioning. I remember like 3 of the firefighters and police officers that were there. They were all like being a part of the Conan O'Brien joke, that the introduction to the next category, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was just nice to see the firefighters getting a standing ovation because they are heroes.
Yes, especially after what happened in January with all the wildfires that happened. So, they needed their respect. And throughout the whole entire Oscars, there are times where people can donate, to the firefighting related stuff. Mm-hmm. Which I thought was nice. Like, they have the QR code ready, so like every commercial break happens, the QR code is right there so they can scan it and donate. Which I think is really nice because obviously it's been devastating for people in LA with those wildfires. So any kind of relief helps out.
Yeah, even to this day, of course the wildfires happened not too long ago, and even like to this day, people still need help. Like people are still losing homes, they lost their belongings, their money. So yeah, like LA's been suffering hard, and it's just nice to see them bring awareness to the situation.
Right.
And also, there's also speaking of things that touched my heart. There's also Morgan Freeman paying tribute to Gene Hackman.
Yeah, dude, that Gene Hackman thing, the one thing was that Gene Hackman did pass away literally days before the Oscars happened. And it was crazy that Morgan Freeman came out and actually talked about Gene Hackman. I'm like, oh, that's awesome to actually see that. To tell him like, hey, we're not going to miss you out in the memorial part.
Yeah, especially when Gene Hackman himself is such an iconic actor. You've seen him of course, you've seen him as Lex Luthor in the classic Superman movies with Christopher Reeve. And there's also this one basketball movie in which he was the coach called Hoosiers I saw.
Hoosiers,
yes. I saw a long time ago.
Yes. And it was a long time ago indeed. Yeah, like 2000s. Jeez.
And then there was this one comedy movie that I saw as a kid. I know that not many people heard of it, but this is one comedy movie called Welcome to Mooseport. I heard about it, but I've never seen it. Which was him and Ray Romano running against each other for mayor of Mooseport.
Oh, okay, I never heard of it.
and yeah, that's that's not even the whole list. Like Gene Hackman is a Hollywood powerhouse.
Yes, he was definitely a great Hollywood powerhouse, and of course this leads up to the more important where we did get to see people that we recognized.
Yeah.
Especially one that we did do a contribution, did do a memoriam for in one of our Anination Podcast episodes. It was
James Earl Jones.
Yep, James Earl Jones. He was recognized, thankfully.
Yes.
Because you were thinking like, oh my god, please don't miss out on this. Do not miss out on him.
Like if they did miss out on James Earl Jones, I would have rioted.
Because the one thing too is that everyone knows him as Darth Vader. Like, yeah, there's that. He was also Mufasa. He was just like a bunch of like amazing people. It's just that if they miss out on him, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
And then there's also a few others like Maggie Smith, who was Professor Gyllenhaal from Harry
Oh
Potter.
my god, yeah.
And then the iconic Richard Sherman.
Oh, the Sherman brothers, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, when you heard Richard, okay, I know one of I think your mom's boyfriend.
Yeah.
She was the one who said Richard Sherman, like the quarterback.
I was like, you're so uncultured. Are you kidding me?
No. I mean, like, yeah, it makes sense. Richard Sherman is a very popular guy himself.
Yeah, but
I get it. The Sherman brothers, Richard Sherman. But I'm like, oh my god, why do you guys have the same name?
I wanted to slap him for that. I was just like, wow.
Hey. I know him. He was also a 49er, okay?
No, but I'm saying, we got the good Richard Sherman, and that is Richard Sherman, the man who pretty much did the Disney music. So, yeah.
Indeed, yes. That's why, that was one thing who also passed away, too.
Like, the moment I see the name Richard Sherman, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious is the first thing that comes to my mind. Like, and all that.
Okay.
And also, and then of course, you got some really, and then there's also the James Bond tribute by Lisa, Doja Cat, and Ray.
Yes, I love that one, by the way. And by the way, Lisa, it's crazy how Lisa becomes so popular. Like, she's in White Lotus, and she's done, like, amazing videos, and she's from Blackpink. And I'm like, oh, God, I love it. Just the fact that she's actually in it, I was just so excited to see her perform. Doja Cat did an amazing job, and Ray did an amazing job. They all did great songs, by the way, from, like, all the
James
Bond movies, yes.
Yeah, my favorite one being Skyfall.
No, that was from Ray. Yeah, I remember that. Those were all the good memorable moments when it comes to the Oscars. But of course, we also want to talk about the winners that won the Oscars. Of course, we also talk about the best animated feature. A lot of nominees came out, including Inside Out 2 and The Wild Robot. We were all rooting for The Wild Robot to win, but again, what did I tell you? When it comes to the awards, sometimes the Golden Globe winners end up becoming the Oscar winners. And this happened again, like what happened last year. Flo won the Golden Globe earlier this year, and it did win the Oscar for Best Animated Feature.
And you know what? I'm not the least mad about it. Flo 100% deserved that Oscar. Even though it's Wild Robot, like Flo winning Best Animated Feature was a huge victory for indie animation.
Also a big win for Latvia, because apparently this was the first Oscar for that country.
Yeah.
And it had to be from an animated film, so that's a win. That's a huge win for them.
Yeah, Japan's not the only foreign country.
That's what I've been noticing too. Like, what is the trend happening with the Oscars? Because they're not going to the big names anymore. No Disney, no DreamWorks, no other no Illumination films. Like, it's all been on different animated companies.
Yeah, and that's what makes this win all the more impressive, is that they don't have a big name attached to Flo. Flo won on their own merits.
Yeah. And props out to Flo. I've seen their Twitter, by the way. The person who made a Flo, they're making a lot of tweets about the win, and then they're making memes everywhere, which I thought was really funny.
Yeah.
So please check out his Twitter, by the way. It's awesome to see. But I also did notice that there were a lot of other animated films that also did get nominated on other things. So Flo did get nominated for Best foreign film.
Best foreign film, yeah.
Which ended up going to something else. I think it was the past one. I don't know, what was it again? So anyway, I didn't get the list or anything like that, but it did go. It didn't win.
I'm Still Here, which was made for Brazil.
There you go. Yeah. Well, what else was there? Wild Robot got nominated for 2 things when it comes to sound and what was it? Sound?
Sound and score.
Sound and score. Both of them didn't. They didn't actually win it, unfortunately. It went to other winners.
Yeah, it really disheartened me because I wanted Wild Robot to win at least one Oscar.
Yeah, you got nominated 3 times.
You got nominated 3 times.
Like,
you didn't what?
I remember. No, I remember. And I was there on that night saying animation wins. Let animation win or something. But no, they ended up becoming the like in the back burner.
Like, come on! If you're not gonna give the best animated feature one worldwide, at least give it one of the other ones.
I know, like,
Come on.
they never did that, so it was kind of disheartening to not see Wild Robot win any Oscar, but it was nominated for 3 categories, and you didn't expect that, because usually, animated feature is the only thing that cartoons get animated for,
Yeah, and not to diss on those that did win Best Score or Best Sound, but I just wanted Wild Robot to win one or the other.
I know that, but I'm just saying, like, it's a big feat for animation, the fact that Flow and Wild Robot went beyond went beyond and actually got recognized by the Academy of like more than just the best animated feature film.
Yeah, it really does go to show how it goes to show how animation is evolving with their nominations and the wins in Flow's case, and it shows the rise of indie animation. Yeah. And so, huge victory for animation.
Anything, Flow definitely deserved it. Great job to Latvia and that animation company in Latvia for winning. They ended up winning 1 Golden Globe and 1 Oscar, and that was, again, I'm putting it out there. If you win the Golden Globe for Best Animated Feature, you'll win the Oscar for Best Animated Feature as well.
Yeah, so we just want to say congratulations to Flow.
So I'm kind of wondering, well, next year, will be the 3rd time around? Will we do the same thing again?
Yeah, who knows? Like next year around, it could be an animated movie from, let's say, Germany or Italy.
Oh, no, I'm just saying, like, my theory, right now, I'm telling you, is the person who wins the Golden Globe for Best Animated Feature will win the Oscar for Best Animated Feature.
That could happen because...
I mean, it happened twice already. Boy and the Heron and Flo both went through that.
It may not happen 100% of the time, but it does happen 90%.
I did tell you that, though, by the way. I'm telling you, there is that thing, and I'm feeling it's the thing now. I'll just wait. Golden Globes and Oscars just correlate and say, like, hey, this is the best animated film. That's what's giving the awards.
Having a Golden Globe win is definitely puts a Academy Award nominee at a huge advantage. Like, the Golden Globe is definitely, like I said, it's a huge advantage.
Yeah, I mean, like, it just gives you the front runner to become, like, the best in that.
Yeah.
That's why I was kind of wondering, like, when Timothée Chalamet won the Screen Actor Guild Award for Best Actor, I was thinking he would probably win Best Actor, but that didn't happen. It went to another person, Adrian Brody.
It went to Adrian Brody! Let's go!
Yeah, from the...
100% deserved.
From the list, yeah.
100% deserved. It was a breathtaking performance.
I wanted Timothée Chalamet to win, but apparently he's now the next Leonardo DiCaprio. How many years did it take for Leonardo DiCaprio to win the Best Actor? Yeah, many years.
Yeah, listen, I like Timothée Chalamet. I do like his work, but Complete Unknown was not it. It wasn't it for me. But I think Timothée Chalamet...
Oh, he was a dude, also.
And it goes back to what I was saying, like, I've seen Timothée Chalamet in much better movies, like Dune and Wonka.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it's gonna happen. Hopefully Timothée Chalamet ends up actually getting that Best Actor. It's gonna happen. He just loses way too much now.
You just hope that by the time he gets a actual Oscar win, he'll be much younger than when Leonardo DiCaprio himself won.
Yeah, I really hope he ends up... Look, he's very young himself, and he's becoming a really good actor. I'm assuming he's gonna have it soon. Hopefully sooner than later. Yeah. Hopefully it's not gonna be like 30 or something years old, like Leonardo DiCaprio did. Okay. Other things that movies have won throughout the Academy Awards. Dune Part 2 ended up winning 2 awards, including Best Sound and Best Visual Effects. I know you're a big Dune Part 2 fan, so I'll imagine you liked it.
Oh, Dune Part 2, I really liked Dune Part 2. It was definitely better than the first. I feel like Dune Part 2, definitely, there was much more that happened in the second part compared to the first. The first, I felt, was a bit slow. I definitely understand why it was world building all that stuff, but Dune Part 2 was when the action happened.
Wicked, by the way, did win 2 Oscars that night, including Best Costume Design and Best Production Design, and it makes a lot of sense. Look how freaking amazing the dresses were from Belinda and Gagaba. Yeah.
The core reason as to why it won those 2 in particular is all due to the color scheme of the costume design and the production design.
I mean, like, look at everything. Like, the whole design of the school itself looked great. Emerald City looked amazing. I'm just saying.
It's very
They did
colorful.
an amazing job with production design, and it's worth it. Definitely great job for Wicked. I can't wait for Part 2 this year.
Yeah, very colorful, and yeah, Part 2 is the hype. I'm hyped for that.
Emilia Perez also won 2 awards, including Best Supporting Actress for Zoe Saldana and Best Original Song, which is El Mal. Despite the controversy that happened, I believe these are 2 awards that were full deserved for Emilia Perez.
I would say I haven't listened to El Mal. I haven't listened to the Emily Perez soundtrack, so I can't really say much.
Well, I mean, it's a musical. It's a musical movie, so.
But I am a fan of Zoe Saldana, though.
I was going for Zoe Saldana to win Best Supporting Actor. I told you, she deserved it. True, yeah. And that speech that she did was amazing, by the way.
It also helps that she's the first, Dominican American to win the Oscars. So that's a feat on Zoe's part, which I'm glad happened.
Mm-hmm. Conclave won one award for the Best Adapted Screenplay. I actually was rooting for this to win the Best Movie or Best Picture award, but you know what? A one Oscar award win is okay with me.
Yeah, Conclave was definitely well written. So because Conclave really does take you inside into like the Roman Catholic Church and how they.
I wasn't watching, but I was watching it. I was just like, oh my god, everything is correct. Yeah. This is very corrupt. I get it.
Like it takes a deep dive into the Roman Catholic Church. I mean, really deep dive, which I give props to Conclave for.
Brutalist also won 3 awards, including Best Cinematography, Best Original Score, and Best Actor, Adrien Brody.
That was my pick to win Best Picture. Like, out of all of them, I feel like Brutalist is the strongest of the ones I've seen.
It's too long, honestly.
It's too long, but it never feels too long. Like, yeah. From beginning to end, it was epic.
I did want Wicked to at least have a shot in winning the Best Picture, but something tells me musicals don't work. That's why Nina Perez and Wicked both didn't win.
Sound of Music would like a word with you. Sound of Music, Chicago.
Well, they're the only ones that won, but the rest of the other musicals, like Les Miserables, like that didn't win.
No, so what I'm saying is that a musical movie winning Best Picture is not impossible, but it is pretty hard.
It is hard, yes. Les Mis didn't do it, so I'm just saying I don't know what the Academy is doing now, but I feel like they're just kind of underrating like the musicals in movies now.
But yes, The Brutalist won each and every single award that it deserves each and every single one of the 3 that it did win. Of course, cinematography, where you see the architect being massive as possible, each and every single angle, each and every single detail. The original score is nothing but, epic and builds tension. And of course, Adrien Brody was, oh yes, chef's kiss.
I haven't seen the film, so I wouldn't actually talk about it. So either if this guy's already giving us a lot of hype for Brutalist, then I guess Brutalist is a good movie.
Absolutely. Okay. And also, The Substance only won one award for Best Makeup and Hairstyle.
Who was the one movie that won Best Supporting Actor? Because I don't think you listed it down here.
It was Kieran Culkin from A Real Pain.
Yes, so that one award as well. And Kieran Culkin, by the way, the brother of Macaulay Culkin. Yeah. I did not expect that, by the way, that his brother ended up winning an Oscar.
I didn't either, and I want to address this as well. The acceptance speech. What was that acceptance speech all about? It was really weird.
I don't find it.
It was basically Kieran Culkin going on about, I want to have like a 3rd or 4th kid with the wife, and it's like, is that something that you talk about privately?
Yeah, that was one thing as well, but I'm not that picky.
Now, I'm saying that for an acceptance speech, I thought it was kind of bizarre.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, look, I don't really focus on the speeches, honestly, unless it's that impactful, like what Zoe Saldana's was. That was very impactful, honestly.
Adrien Brody's was also impactful as well.
I don't remember what he was saying.
Adrien Brody gave out a speech about how, we want the world to be a better place.
Oh, and then for the best foreign film, by the way, there were Pakistanis that won that.
Yeah.
So it made sense why they would do something about the whole the Israel-Hamas war right now.
Yeah, it was the best documentary film.
Documentary. Sorry, I thought it was foreign film. My bad.
It was best documentary, and it was really impactful, really emotional.
I mean, the fact that these folks that were living with the hardships of the war are just pretty much speaking out in Hollywood. Like, yeah, do what you can. Talk about this whole damn war.
Yeah, one of them was a Palestinian, and you can imagine the hardships that his home countries went through, and so it makes you want to see the film.
Right.
So just to give my support.
Right. Sorry, Palestine. I'm getting my countries mixed up. My bad. Sorry, we're trying to be impromptu here. If I messed up on the Israel-Palestine war, I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then we already talked about the substance corrects then, but we already know who won the Oscars, and that was this film called Nora that won 5 Oscar awards, including the Best Picture, the Best Director, Best Actress, Best Film Editing, and Best Original Screenplay. You've watched Nora, and did it deserve the Best Picture?
Anora is definitely one of the stronger Best Picture nominees that I have seen. And while I would have preferred Brutalist or The Wicked to win Best Picture over Anora, I am happy for Anora that it did win because it is a really well made movie.
I need to watch it now. I know it's on Hulu, and I'm just like, let's make this like very popular. It's all about this one girl who like had a fun time in Vegas, and then something happened.
Yeah. So what happened was that she got married. She got illegally married to this rich Russian boy.
Don't spoil it for me. I just want to be surprised coming in.
I'm not. It's not even a spoiler. It's actually what happens in the.
I'm just saying, like,
the plot summary.
Either way, like, I mean, I saw like snippets of Anora, and I saw her getting happy with this one guy, and I'm assuming they got married in Vegas.
That's all I need to know.
And then there's this one other mysterious guy, and I'm like, what's his role? And I don't know about that, so
that's all I need to know. Then
I'm just saying, like, do not explain. Let me watch it myself, and I can understand it a little bit more.
I wasn't even spoiling it for you. I was just like,
well, you kind of just whenever you try to explain stuff, don't get too thorough. Don't get too thorough.
But anyway, so going back to Anora, this was a huge win for Sean Baker. Sean Baker came out as the biggest winner of the night because it's him winning multiple awards for this one project. It's not even like a single movie winning. It's not just a single movie winning multiple awards. It's a single person winning multiple awards for this one project, which is an awesome feat for Sean Baker.
Sean Baker just went up 4 times, and he's trying to like sum up the speeches. Like he'll talk like thank this, thank that. Then the next speech, thank this, thank that. Third speech, thank this person, that person. Thank fourth speech, and I'm like, I'm gonna sum it up now. Thank you, this, bye bye.
Well, you can't really blame him for kind of struggling because when you go up so many multiple times, what else can you say other than
I know he really shouldn't really be up there. There should be at least like more people on the team to actually go up there instead of having him just go up there 4 times. If anything, at least the actress who won the Best Actress did go up there and talk to her about her speech. Then Best Picture, obviously everybody came up to, except for Warren. Congrats to them, by the way. It was a great. It looked to be a great film. I can't wait to watch it. You said it was also good, but you were really putting big down on Brutalist for sure.
I was because I felt like the Brutalist was the most strongest and most epic, so I thought that would have a chance. But no, Anora was the one that came out as a big winner, and you know what? I can't hate on Nora. I can't hate because like I like the movie myself, so I'm just like GG.
Okay, that sounds good. Again, I was going for Conclave, didn't win, but that's okay. I was actually hoping Wicked would win, be the big surprise out of everybody, but musicals don't win. Again, musicals don't win. Other musicals can, but this one, the recent year, this one can't for some reason. But overall, the Oscars, I'd say, wasn't bad. I thought it was a very exciting Oscars, especially how competitive it was this year, because there was no clear winner of who was going to win Best Picture, honestly.
Yeah, because most of the movies that I have seen have their strong elements, and they do look to be very strong contenders. So it would have gone any direction.
Yeah, like if I were to compare it to what happened last year when we talked about the Oscars, we already had one front runner that we were thinking about winning, and that was Oppenheimer, and it did win the Best Picture.
Yeah, so it's not just one strong contender that we easily predict will win. No, it all comes down to what you think is the strongest to you. They all stand out as strongly made movies, but which one's the strongest?
I think out of all the years of like me like hanging out with you for the Oscars and stuff, I think this was the hardest one to actually ever pick who would win and all, because all candidates actually had a good shot in winning the Best Picture. So, it was just tough to us to decide.
Yeah.
But thankfully, we did get the winner, and that was Nora.
Yeah, so congratulations to Nora. Congratulations to Sean Baker.
Yeah. Thank you, Conan O'Brien, also for actually making a really good Oscar show as well. So
yes,
it was amazing.
You made our night.
And who knows who's going to host the Oscars next year? I don't know if it will be a Conan again, because they did it with Jimmy like twice. So
I want to be Conan again.
You want to be Conan again?
I want to be Conan again. I had so much fun. Like I had so much fun with this Oscar than the previous 2 combined.
Because that was all hosted by Jimmy.
Yeah, like Conan shows Jimmy how it's done.
Right, and I think Conan's a much funnier person himself, honestly.
Yeah, he is. No disrespect to Jimmy Kimmel. I like his late night show, but Conan really nails it in this comedy.
Well, I can't wait for next year as we continue talking more about the Oscars. By the way, the awards ain't over yet. We do have the Children's Emmy Awards that are coming up, I think this weekend. That was hosted by Eric Bauza, so I can't wait to see how that'll go.
Yes, Eric Bauza.
Also, I don't know if you've been following about this for the Children and Family Emmys. But Moon Girl Dumb Dinosaur has a lot of nominees, so I hope they win something there.
So you just hope for that sweet Moon Girl magic that is going to be appearing in the Emmys.
We'll see. We're not going to go list down everything for that particular awards show, but once the winners come up, we'll discuss it in a future episode of the Anination Podcast.
Oh yeah, we're going to talk about that for sure.
And for sure, and for real, Oscars was great. Can't wait for next year. What the next Oscars is going to be about.
Yeah, I'm wondering who the next Oscar host is going to be.
We don't know, but that's going to be a long time to wait. I have a feeling Neza will be nominated for Best Animated Feature. Just wait. I have a feeling Neza's going to be in that topic right now.
Could be.
Why wasn't it nominated in 2019? Neza 1 was 2019. Why wasn't it nominated?
Do you think what are the chances of John Oliver being the next Oscar?
No. I don't think he will do it.
No?
No, I don't think so.
I think he's a funny guy.
I think, yeah, a very funny guy, but I don't think he's like very funny and on the top spotlight. He doesn't do big time shows.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Right, yeah. Oscar is great. Great Oscar.
Yeah.
Alright. Besides that, let's actually go into our main subject tonight and actually talk about this particular tournament that we have for you guys to come over and figure out what will be the best cartoon in 2024. So let's talk about our March Madness tournament. Welcome to March Madness, everybody.
Let's go. Yes.
Has your particular cartoon been nominated for the best cartoon in 2024? Well, we have a lot of cartoons, a lot of cartoons / animated projects that have been all throughout 2024. And again, we're doing this whole tournament thing just because of March Madness and all that kind of jazz. So yeah.
Yes, March Madness is. March is definitely the month of brackets for sure.
I mean, as of right now, as we're recording, there are a lot of college basketball teams currently trying to fight a spot in the tournament. So, maybe your team may have made it into the tournament. Who knows? But for now, we're going to do it our way, which we actually decided our cartoons by how they get premiered in 2024, for example. There are some cartoons they did in 2024, what was it? The Rock, Paper, Scissors, Primos, a bunch of other cartoons as well. And then we also did pick up cartoons that were airing a new season in 2024 and ended their season in 2024.
So, such as Craig of the Creek, for example.
Yeah, like that one. So if you're looking for shows like Big City Greens, Loud House, SpongeBob, they are not going to be in this tournament, unfortunately.
Yeah, because with those three, they have such a big advantage, and that is their popularity.
Yeah.
Which is going to outshine the others. So it's an unfair advantage.
I get it. We were a Loud House Casa Grande's podcast before, but fans, we are switched over to an animation podcast, so we have to consider every nominee or every contestant that's going to be in this tournament to say.
Exactly. So tournament brackets aren't anything new to us. We've had experience with this before, but it's just that we're covering new material for our brackets.
Yeah. So it's not going to be the best episode tournament that we've done a long time ago. If Fanpage of Loud House, this time around we're actually going to do it with cartoons.
Yeah.
All right. And we divided it in many sections. So we have divisions for this particular bracket. We have Nickelodeon division. We have a Cartoon Network division. We have an Adult Swim division. We have a Disney Channel division, a Disney Plus division, a Netflix division, a Marvel DC division, and a Amazon YouTube division.
Yeah. So we got all kinds of divisions, and we got each of them clashing each other for the big top, spot.
For the automatic spot. And again, based on how many votes people put on these cartoons, determines if they could be in tournament or not. Mm-hmm. That's what makes this a little bit more exciting, huh, guys?
Yeah, so we have to make sure which ones are eligible and which ones are not.
Exactly. So out of 29 cartoons that we have pretty much picked out in 2024, here are the cartoons that are going to be competing in this particular tournament that we're doing. So let's go ahead and start it off with the Nickelodeon division, and here are your 4 cartoons that will be coming in for the Nickelodeon division. It is Rock, Paper, Scissors, Fairly Odd Parents and You Wish, Max and the Midnights, and Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, so you got 4 of these hits right there, and yeah, Rock, Paper, Scissors. I'll be honest, I wasn't that fond of Rock, Paper, Scissors when I first looked at it, but I have seen that it has been getting some sort of attention. Max and the Midnights has been getting this attention as well. I feel like it's kind of been a fun little action series. Of course, it goes without saying, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are a popular pop culture icon. And then Fairly Odd Parents You Wish. of course, is popular as well.
I have a feeling Obi's going to pick Philadelphia Wish.
And Wish, let's go.
And something tells me that it's going to probably be the number one pick out of this division, so it probably will be the favorite one out of it. Although, I have Max and the Midnight fans probably thinking, why don't we actually rally our troops and actually get them to actually be in the tournament, you know? Because first and second place kind of tend to be in the tournament to say. Third and fourth are more like questionable to not be able to make it. And from the way I'm kind of looking how the rankings are, I kind of feel like Philadelphia Parents first, Back to Midnight second, Tales of the TMNT third, and then fourth, Rock Paper Scissors.
And you know what? I'm actually gonna say that when it comes to for these shows, I feel like TMNT and Philadelphia Parents are gonna go head to head because they are two major pop culture icons that has been popular for years, especially Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like they are a major household in terms of pop culture. So I would say, as much as I love Philadelphia Parents and Wish the best, I would say.
You think they're gonna win? I thought you would be the one to actually put Philadelphia Parents and Wish.
I want Philadelphia Parents and Wish to win. Don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't be surprised if Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ends up being the top spot as well.
I love how the competition side comes aside from Omid. I thought he was just gonna go straight up. Yeah, go Hazel! Yay! Go Cosmo Wanda!
Oh, I'm going to go Hazel, go Cosmo, go Wanda. Like right. I actually want them to beat the Turtles, but I'm saying that the Turtles are considering how popular they've been for years. It's like it comes down to that household name.
I know that's true, but I have a feeling still with the popularity of Philadelphia Parents and Wish, I feel like all the fans are going to be picking that.
Yeah,
coming up.
I'll pick it.
All right, so that's all the Nickelodeon candidates or the nominees that we have for our tournament. Let's go to the next division. This is Cartoon Network, and unfortunately, we only have 3 cartoons for this division. They are Total Drama Island 2024, Tiny Toons University, and Craig of the Creek. I think the obvious choice here is Craig of the Creek winning it all.
Yeah, Craig of the Creek because I feel like Craig of the Creek is definitely the most well received of the 3. And it's for very good reason too. Craig of the Creek is such a wholesome series. When you look at it, you really do feel like you're a kid, playing outside with your friends. Using your
imagination. It's just a very popular series itself. It did end in 2024, as the last episode of what happened. So I do predict that it will probably be the winner out of this division. Tiny Toons University kind of had its hype and then it died down, honestly. And then Total Drama was a mixed bag. Like, there was popularity here and then it just ended up dying off. Like, in the last part of the series, it didn't really hype it up to be like what Total Drama was before.
Yeah, I wasn't that much of a fan of the Total Drama reboot anyways. I found it a bit mediocre, although Scary Girl, Best Girl. Don't have
she lost early. She lost early.
And that's what it did for me. That's what it did for me. Anyway.
No respect to the popular girl, Julia. She's the best, by the way. Love her.
Julia's way worse than Scary Girl.
I don't fucking care. She might be the next Heather. I don't fucking care. She's amazing.
She was a carbon copy of Heather, except, have her be a social media influencer.
Well, I would imagine Heather would be the next influencer.
Anyway, Total Drama, I don't have faith in. Tiny Toons University, it had the potential to be iconic. It had the potential to, be as popular as Craig of the Creek, if not more so, based on how Tiny Toons was such a nostalgia show for all of us. We grew up with Tiny Toons.
We did grow up with Tiny Toons back in the 90s, but then, all the changes that happened in Tiny Toons University kind of made it a little bit weird. I do like the idea that they're in university, which is great, but again, nostalgia factor kind of died off after the second season. It really didn't feel the same after the second season. So
I know the first thing people are going to bring up in terms of university is what they did with Buster and Babs, how they made change it to
that's what made it a little bit awkward.
Now, see, while it is a weird, story choice for the characters, while it was a weird direction for taking the characters, I don't think that it was something that would hinder the quality of the story all that much. It's something that's different, but I don't think it's something that's
it's something that's not too picky. And again, it just didn't really feel the same as the Tiny Toons that we grew up with in the 90s. So I would say this definitely has a shot, a very low chance of making it to the tournament, but Craig of the Creek is definitely winning it hands down, honestly.
Yeah, Craig of the Creek, especially how with this, it's final season. Meaning that from what I've heard, it ended
really well. So I think it's gonna have a chance, and it might be one of the top seeds in the tournament. Just wait and see now.
Yeah.
All right, next up, we go to the Adult Swim division. We have 4 cartoons that are in the running for the best cartoon 2024. We have Smiling Friends, Rick and Morty the anime, My Adventures with Superman, and Invincible Fight Girl. So they are all really good choices, honestly. But Omid is picking Smiling Friends. Can you explain the reason why?
I feel like I like My Adventures with Superman the most of the four, but I feel like Smiling Friends has the strongest chance of winning due to its popularity.
I have a feeling like most of those fans are going to be picking it just because, Smiling Friends is a really popular franchise. Once you put the hashtag Smiling Friends, I'm pretty sure all of us will be voting for it. Just wait. But I want to give some shouts out to My Adventure with Superman. I do think out of all of the group play that we have coming up these next couple of days, it's that one team that'll probably be the one that's like second place and has a lot of votes. So might have a high seed, honestly. I do think My Adventure with Superman did have a lot of people loved in that show. I think it's going to do great. Same with Invincible Fight Girl. I do think it's going to go well with Invincible Fight Girl. It got very popular late in 2024. But Rick and Morty the anime, I'm very sorry. Look, this anime
Dead
shit.
last.
Absolute
Dead last.
That was absolute shit, honestly.
Dead last. Who thought that combining Rick and Morty, which is already jumped the shark, years ago, combining with the anime was such a good idea?
I don't know. I think the Adult Swim was kind of like being crack on that one. I don't know. It's just popular.
Yeah, no.
So I have a feeling like Rick and Morty will definitely not be in the tournament, but all the other three do have good shots. Do you think?
I think so. Although with Invincible Fight Girl, it's going to be tough to match the other two, considering how Invincible Fight Girl has recently come out. Like it's definitely something that's like the freshest of the bunch, which may have a disadvantage.
Well, I mean that tells you like more voters are going to be voting for that, but it's not going to be too big, like compared to like say for example people voting for Fairly Odd Yeah.
So I feel like I went to like Invisible Fight Girl, but I feel like Smiling Friends and Superman have a higher chance.
I think so too, but I do think Invisible Fight Girl will probably be in the tournament. Just wait, there'll be a lot of people voting for it, so I have a feeling it will probably be in again. We'll talk to you about how you guys can get involved with voting for who you think will be in, but we'll talk about that at the end, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Next up, let's actually go to the Disney side because we have Disney Channel division and the Disney Plus division. So let's head straight to Disney Channel. We have 4 cartoons that we assume have a good shot for the best cartoon in 2024. They are Primos, Zombies 3 animated series, Hamster and Gretel, and Moon Girl Double Dinosaur.
Moon Girl Magic!
So yeah, obviously you gotta pick that one.
Moon Girl Double Dinosaur all the way. Moon Girl Double Dinosaur all the way.
It debuted in the new season debuted in 2024. It did take a long hiatus, but it did end really well in 2025. I do have to say this though, it did take a while for it to have a big impact in 2024, but I hated the long hiatus, honestly.
Yeah, Moon Girl Double Dinosaur definitely deserved better than going through all these long hiatuses. Because it's such an iconic show in Disney.
Like honestly, I do believe Moon Girl Double Dinosaur will win the division, but I want to give a shout out to Primos. I want them to be in the tournament. I want them to be in the tournament.
The thing is that based on the discourse that Primos has gone, the discourse is the biggest disadvantage that Primos has.
And that's what I hate about it too, because the discourse, if you've been noticing recently, has just been terrible. And I really hated it because it's a really nice cartoon. It's not bad. It's just that people just don't realize it. Look, like how good it is. Because people are just considering like, oh, it's just what happened in the first episode. Oh, bad impressions, blah, blah, blah.
There was a time where I was with the crowd as well, where when I looked at the controversies, I was sort of turned off by it. But then I have heard that it has been getting better. Like they have changed some things, they fixed some things. And so I watched the first few episodes and I thought to myself, okay, well, this is a decent show. It's actually a show that turned out to be much better than I thought. Like, I'm not going to say it's one of the greatest, but it's still a decent watch.
I would say for Primos, and I really hope it actually does get into the tournament and everything. Hamster and Gretel, I saw the hype of it. It's great, but something tells me it will be like one of the short stick like cartoons that will probably be like knocked out, like one of the first 4 cartoons out of the tournament.
The Dan Palmer-Meyer fan base will definitely be blowing the hell out of
I know, but like we're not in 2025 yet. We're being the first going to premiere, and that will probably get a lot of people voting. But like for Hamster and Gretel, I can see where it may not be able to make it. That's my third pick choice. And then Zombies, you know how bad it is. I already gave it a big fail when we did our whole Disney Channel tier maker thing. So
I didn't even bother watching it, so.
Yeah, I have to say this. My first place is Moon Girl. Like, in my rankings, I say first place Moon Girl, second Primos, third Hansel and Gretel, and fourth Zombies.
I'm going to say number one, Moon Girl, though, Dinosaur, obviously. Second, Hamster and Gretel. Because it goes back to what I was saying about that.
That Fire both fans just voting for it. Yeah, I get it.
Not just that, but I brought number three, Primos, because of the discourse being a huge disadvantage for the show. And then Zombies Reanimated, well, dead last for obvious
reasons. It's all obvious reasons. Look, you made a great movie with zombies, but why make an animated series? Because it's not the same, guys. It's not the same.
The CGI looks ugly.
It does.
They look like plastic.
Yeah, it does look really ugly.
They look like plastic.
Yeah. Hold on. I already feel adjust this on the seat for some reason. Like, I'm getting pain for some reason sitting down.
Oh, damn, dude.
I don't know if it's like, the seat or anything. It's weird.
You want to switch seats or something? Or?
I had to go lower, maybe? Sorry. I had to adjust just because, like, I don't know, it's feeling pain on my side.
Oh, shit.
Down. Yeah.
Like I said, we can switch chairs.
No, we're still on the show, so let's do that. Alright, but yeah, let's continue on here. So I did say that we have a Disney Channel division, but we also have a Disney Plus division. So let's actually go to the Disney Plus shows that we are considering best cartoon for 2024. We have the two Pixar cartoons, Monsters at Work and Dream Productions, and we also do have Iwaju, which is a original series for Disney Plus, and Star Wars is the Bad Batch.
Yeah, so no disrespect to Iwaju, but I feel like it's not gonna go as far, not gonna get near as close as
I know it got like commercial. It was like in commercials and stuff that said it was like a pretty popular series and things like that. But
no, but compared to the other three though, because keep in mind you've got two shows that are based on Pixar movies, so they're Pixar named shows, and then you got one that is Star Wars Bad Batch, and you know how Star Wars is such a popular go-to. Biggest franchise in all media, Star Wars is popular, so it has a Star Wars name attached to it, which could give it an advantage.
Yeah, I do think that, I don't know, because like I heard Bad Batch was also really good, like had a great like series finale and stuff like that. Monsters at Work and DreamWorks, I think at Dream Productions, I feel like both of them are going to like do pretty well. I mean, after the success of Inside Out 2, I'd imagine Dream Productions being the one that probably would get a lot of fans voting for it. Yeah. And also, the Monsters at Work franchise wasn't that bad. Like, people might say, like, it's not the same as the Monsters movies. But I'm like, look, this is literally what happened after Monsters, Inc. So...
Yeah, I will say the Inside Out 2 hype is, the Dream Productions does have the advantage. That's the Inside Out 2 hype. That's a huge advantage they have.
So, something tells me Dream Productions might actually win it, to me. Like, in my case, I kind of feel like Dream Productions will probably win that division. But, like, look at the other three. Monsters at Work also does have a shot as well. So either way, one of them will have to be in the tournament. We just don't know which one.
Well, we can't leave Bad Batch out because...
Did you watch Bad Batch? Or?
I haven't watched Bad Batch, but I know that since it has a Star Wars name attached to it, it has a strong chance as well.
I can agree with it too. I kind of feel bad for watching because like it was just a Disney Plus series and it didn't really get as much like viewership or something. But I heard it was animated well. It was made in a different animation company, so... That's just saying something. Like I'm thinking, like Iwaju is an underdog. It should have gotten at least some sort of praise.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not. It's no disrespect against Iwaju, but it's just that the other three have certain names attached to them, to which Iwaju doesn't have.
Yeah, I know. I really feel bad for it though, because like it was just for Disney Plus. It never came on Disney Channel or anything like that. So
it should have gotten more exposure.
Exactly, but either way, I do think like Dream Productions is my number one pick right now. Compared to the others.
I'm gonna say, yeah, I would say toss up between Dream Productions and Bad Batch.
Bad Batch. Oh, so you want Bad Batch? Just because the Star Wars fans are just gonna rally, huh?
It's I don't know. It kind of comes down to which will take over, the Inside Out 2 hype or the dedicated Star Wars fan base. But then again, Dream Productions has been looking good.
I mean, it's only 4 episodes, but like it's been all right so far.
And I think that's the ultimate takeaway, is that Bad Batch is bigger than Dream Productions based on how many episodes that has. So.
I mean, let's see. It's really a good toss-up because, like, like, not a lot of people talk about the Disney Plus animated series, but there should be at least some talk because there have been some good ones out there, and we believe these 4 are, like, really good ones. So.
I'm going to say, I think Bad Batch has the higher chance.
Okay, I still say Dream Productions in my case, but
Dream Productions comes a close second. I love the Inside Out movies, and there's a part of me that wants Dream Productions to win out the four, but there's a part of me that can't help but feel like Bad Batch does have a higher chance. And Monsters of Work number 3, Iwaju number 4.
I got you. We'll see. We'll have let the fans decide,
Yeah.
All right, next up, we have the Netflix division because Netflix has so many great cartoons that came out in 2024. So we picked up 4 cartoons that we believe should take the chances of becoming the best cartoon of 2024. They are Gentry Chow versus the Underworld, Twilight of the Gods, Arcane, League of Legends, and Tomb Raider: Legend of Lara Croft.
Arcane.
I mean, that's obvious.
Arcane.
I mean, you already know how great season 2 was, man.
Like, not only do I feel like this has the strongest chance of the 4, this is honestly the Netflix show I'm rooting for personally to win out the 4.
I think, if anything, it does have a chance to win it all. I believe it's really one of the best cartoons in 2024.
Not only that, it's also peak Netflix. Arcane is just, massive storytelling.
I love Twilight of the Gods. Like, it was greatly animated well. Plus, you have a great director making that cartoon.
Zack Snyder, baby.
Zack Snyder, exactly, indeed. But Arcane has just been so amazing, by the way. Like, oh my god, I watched season 1 again. It was just too epic. Everything was so great. And I also when I went into season 2, I was like, yeah, well, a lot of music now. And a lot of montages.
Like, Arcane has that 100% of the passion put into it. The animation, the music, the story, the characters, everything about it.
Indeed, and I feel like it definitely does have that shot to actually win the whole entire tournament. So my pick is on Arcane, but I want to give some points out to Gentry Chow because I know a lot of people love Gentry Chow versus the Underworld, but it had no chance. I don't think it had a chance to actually be the particular show to win out the division or something.
I feel the same way. I would put Gentry Chow as second, but yeah, like Gentry Chow, I love Gentry Chow, but compared to Arcane, it is just a small underdog compared to Arcane.
Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, if you look at like all the Netflix shows that came out, definitely Arcane topped everything. Absolutely topped everything.
Yeah.
And like, look at the rest of the other Netflix shows. They did their best. They did do great. Like, what was it? Gentry Chow at least gave me some good positive ratings. I gave it like an 8 out of 10 if we were to talk about the overall series. And even Twilight of the Gods, like, everything was so magical. Looking at it, like, I'm not done with the series, but I actually love this show from what I'm seeing right now. But yeah, and I'm so sorry for Tomb Raider fans, but it wasn't a great reprise of the Tomb Raider series, okay?
I still have yet to watch Tomb Raider, only because I haven't played any of the games, haven't watched the movies, but yeah, I'll take the word for it.
Yeah, it did get nominated for the Game Awards, so maybe that's that.
Yeah.
Best best reprise or something like that, because I remember Fallout won that one.
Yeah, Fallout won, and also Arcane was also nominated for that.
Didn't win though.
It should have won.
That's what I was going for too. Arcane should have won too, but no, it was all to Fallout.
Arcane should have won.
Yeah, I don't know. Either way, I think we made our decision. Arcane may win, but again, it's up to you guys. And we'll talk to you more how you guys will be involved later on in the show. Next up, let's actually go to the Marvel and DC division because so it's weird how we did it because we wanted to split the superheroes up in their own division, and we have a lot of superhero cartoons that came out in 2024 that it needed to have its own division, honestly. I'm sorry. If it did premiere on Amazon Prime or Max or Disney Plus, I'm sorry that they're not their own respectable divisions. But I believe this is the way to do it, right? Do you think it's the right way to do it?
Yes. Now, Marvel and DC may be rivals, but they gotta share a room together. They gotta share a division together.
Exactly. I'm sorry. So we have to actually put Marvel and DC in one division. So here are the 4 cartoons from them. We're going to pick Batman Caped Crusader as a nominee. Same with X-Men 97. Kite Man Hell Yeah from Max, and Creature Commandos from Max as well. Something tells me the obvious choice was going to be X-Men 97.
Oh, X-Men 97 is definitely going to dominate the other 3 because, like, as much as big of a Batman fan as I am, X-Men 97 has gained much more popularity.
I heard it was just really good. I haven't seen the show, honestly, but I heard it's been popular, so...
Yeah, because it really is, it really is quite a treat for X-Men fans who grew up with the OG cartoon, and to see like this show come back in their newest form. And yeah, it's definitely something that elevates the show to become a top contender.
You know what? We did do a quick news segment on Batman Cape Crusader. Why aren't we talking about it?
Yeah, why are we talking about it? It goes back to what I was saying about me being a huge Batman fan, but even at that, I still feel like X-Men 97 has the higher chance.
Batman Cape Crusader kind of felt like Batman the Animated Series from the previews that we saw, right? We were all thinking like, oh man, it's going to be the next Batman Animated Series. It's going to be epic, that kind of thing. Yeah, we didn't talk about it after that.
Strange enough, I've been watching Penguin more than Batman did Cape
Well,
Crusader.
Penguin is a live action movie.
It is, but it takes place in the Batman
movie. I know, but like, I know Cape Crusader is supposed to be like a different timeline or something. So, but I mean, like Batman Cape Crusader, I believe like it's that popular, it could also get a chance to actually be in the tournament as well. I don't have a chance for Kite Man. I felt like it was a weird like spin-off of Harley and Poison Ivy.
Why did Kite Man need to exist in the first place? What's the point of this?
I don't know, but I remember we talked about it on an episode.
I was talking to you. I was saying about how we didn't need a Kite Man spin-off show because Kite Man just works as a side character.
Yeah. I just didn't know why we needed a side character to have its own spin-off. And I'm like, I get it. Harley Quinn was a very popular franchise, very popular series. It had like 3 or 4 seasons now, and now you have Kite Man, and I'm like, who is this Kite Man? Why is he so popular? Is he really that worth watching?
Yeah, it's something that didn't need to be needed, and easily I would rank it as number 4 of the 4.
How about Creature Commandos? Because I heard that was popping off, and that was actually pretty good.
Creature Commandos actually look really badass. Creature Commandos, I wouldn't say that it has a chance against the other two, considering how X-Men and Batman are much more popular names than Creature Commandos, but it has a much higher chance at Kite Man.
Mm-hmm. I might have to check out Creature Commandos. I heard it's been a pretty hyped show, so again, need to check it out myself in order for me to see it, but my pick goes to X-Men 97 right now, but we're going to be making some decisions, but yeah, X-Men 97, if I were to pick it.
X-Men 97, as huge of a Batman fan as I am, X-Men 97 I feel has a higher chance.
So X-Men will be in the tournament, but then Batman might have a chance to actually be in the tournament too. I have a feeling it will.
I feel so because Batman is such a popular cultural phenomenon.
Yeah, so I believe those two probably have a good chance of being in the tournament again. Up to you guys to decide. Mm-hmm. And last but not least, let's actually go to the last division. This is the Amazon Prime Video / YouTube division. I decided to split this particular cartoon into its own division because it started on YouTube, okay? So it had to be its own division.
That makes sense.
So, for the Amazon Prime Video YouTube division, here are your candidates. It is Amazing Digital Circus, Has-Been Hotel, Secret Level, and Invincible.
Has-Been Hotel is number 1.
Whoa. You didn't say Digital Circus. I thought you were going to say Digital Circus.
I feel like Has-Been Hotel, has more material to it. Of course, it was a toss-up between Has-Been and Amazing Digital Circus, but if I had to choose between the two, I'd go with Has-Been, and not just because I still have this hyperfixation over Has-Been.
I could have done, actually, maybe we should have switched it up, actually put Hell of a Boss, actually, in there, because it's a YouTube series.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised you didn't put Hell of a Boss, considering that it's a sister show of Has-Been Hotel.
We could switch it up. Do you want to do that? Take out Secret Level and put up the Hell of a Boss?
Yes, we could do that. Let's remedy it right now.
Okay, fine. We're switching it up then. Because it is Amazon Prime / YouTube. We have to put Hell of a Boss. Take away Secret Level. I know Secret Level references so many video games. People love it because it references so many video games.
Yeah, it does. I haven't seen Secret Level, which as a gamer myself, I'm guilty of admitting. But in terms of the others, like I feel like they're more well known. They're more popular than Secret Level.
Yeah, but like I know Invincible definitely because of its new season. Everybody was like hyped about it. Major Digital Circus is absolutely hyped. Obviously, you've seen so many amazing stuff about Major Digital Circus. Has-Been Hotel, you know how huge it is right now. It was so popular in 2024. So something tells me the Has-Been fans are going to be all over it, making it probably one of the top candidates to be the winner of the tournament.
Yeah, Has-Been Hotel, I feel, has a slightly bigger fan base, and Amazing Digital Circus does come close second. I feel like Amazing Digital Circus is somewhere between Has-Been and Hell of a Boss. Amazing Digital Circus does have a shot at being Hell of a Boss, for sure.
But remember, they're playing off against Arcane. Do you think Arcane versus Hazbin Hotel, do you think that's going to be a good final matchup?
Oh, it's not. Hazbin going up against Arcane is going to be very tough for Hazbin. I feel like Arcane is, the really big, really peak, so it's going to be tough for any other animated series to face Arcane, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. And that's what makes it kind of tough now, because when you look at all the candidates that we've discussed, what is your top pick right now to win it all?
My top pick to win it all is Arcane number 1.
Arcane number 1, okay. I mean, Arcane, Hazbin Hotel, Fatal Out Parents, and You Wish. I have a feeling Fatal Out Parents and You Wish, if the fans end up actually rallying together, it might be able to have a shot at winning, but it's a very low chance, honestly.
Yeah, I would say that much similar to yours, like Arcane Hazbin and Fatal Out Parents and You Wish are my top 3 that I want to win.
Yeah, I know Hell of a Boss fans also love to also be a part of this as well, but something tells me Hell of a Boss doesn't have as much popularity for Hazbin Hotel.
Not only does it have as much popularity as Hazbin Hotel, but I'll be real with you, Hazbin Hotel I feel is a better written show, in my opinion.
Interesting, because you watch Hell of a Boss.
Hell of a Boss it's enjoyable, but it does have some flaws here and there.
So yeah, I mean, again, sorry about the whole miss up of the print here. We are going to take up secret level for Hell of a Boss. So Hell of a Boss will be a candidate for 2024 Best Cartoon.
This bottom left corner has not aged well at all.
Speaking of which, Invincible. Have you seen the new season of Invincible?
I've only seen the first season. That's really about it. I should really catch up.
I heard it's been hyped. So I can make sense why it deserves to be in the Amazon Prime division. So
I've actually heard it's been getting better and better, and as someone who really did love the first season, I still want Invincible to actually make it to the tournament.
Yeah,
it's a strongly win show.
So at the moment right now, our strong hunch is that Arcane is going to win the tournament. Because, well, I just feel like it's just an absolutely amazing show.
Yeah, it's the most revolutionary of the bunch.
Yeah, it also greatly animated. It was just amazing. Also, League of Legends. Imagine all the League of Legends fans voting for it.
Yeah, and also non-League of Legends will come together to join the League of Legends fans and vote with them.
Yeah, so I'm assuming Arcane does have that shot. Although I told you about the Hellverse, I could imagine a lot of people from Hell of a Boss and Hazbin Hotel voting for their respectable shows.
Yeah, it's the League of Legends fan base versus the Hellverse fan base.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming 2024 was going to be about. So,
you got Clash of the Titans, we got Arcane as the large, heavy titan, and then you got Hell of a Boss and Hazbin Hotel as the mid-sized titans.
Yeah. What underdog cartoons do you think have a shot in actually making it far in the tournament?
The other cartoons I feel will make it is, of course, X-Men 97.
For sure, the Marvel fans will love that.
Yeah, I'm talking about the timeless characters that have been popular characters for generations. Not just X-Men 97, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Batman, all those household characters.
Yeah, I'm looking back at all the candidates, and I'm really hoping Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur does go far. Maybe top Final 4. It would be awesome if they actually went to the Final 4. But again, we don't know how the tournament's going to be laid out. I love Primos to be in the tournament, just to be in the tournament. That'd be really great.
I kind of doubted it because of what I was saying about
the backlash. I get it.
Yeah.
But again, this is pretty much all of the candidates that we have pretty much summed up for you guys that are going to be competing in the tournament. Now it's up to you guys to decide who will be in the tournament, and there are many ways for you to be involved with the tournament bracket. There are 4 ways to actually vote in the tournament. You can go onto our social media sites on X and Twitter, on X and Instagram at Anination Pod. We'll be putting polls every day this week, starting tomorrow. So please, if you're not following on our X or Twitter, on our X and Instagram, make sure you guys follow so that you can actually see the poll yourself and vote for which candidate you want to be in the tournament. We're also going to put in our poll on Blue Sky. And for the first time ever, we're going to put our poll on YouTube as well. So if you're subscribed to our channel, you should see the poll on our notes, on our posts. And you just vote on that poll, and hopefully your candidate will be able to make it all the way into the tournament, which we will reveal next week, by the way.
That's right. So if you want your favorite cartoon to win, just go out and vote, because democracy rules.
Yeah. So, you're going to be taking advantage of the Instagram and Blue Sky here, okay?
Oh yeah, I'm going to enjoy it a whole lot.
Yeah, so make sure you get those polls going, okay? We always are going to start every poll at midnight. It'll be a 24-hour poll, right at midnight the next day. The poll will close, and a new poll will come up. So make sure you guys are on your cell phone devices or social media sites and stuff, because we can't wait for you guys to vote for which you think is the best cartoon 2024.
That's right. So keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah. So again, the tournament bracket will be revealed in next week. But I know we have a big story next week, so we're gonna be discussing. But either way, I can't wait for this tournament. I live to do these kind of things. I've done the best episode tournament for the Lab House for so long that I want to do this for our podcast for the first time. And yeah, just wanted to do something big for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really glad we're doing this, and I'm even more glad that we're making this an annual thing. So next year you're going to see a 2025 cartoon bracket, and 2026 and so on and so forth.
Yeah, exactly. So again, and you might be wondering like, oh, are we going to do another one for the Loud House, for Fanpage of the Loud House, like tournament as well? Guys, the episodes are getting way too low.
Yeah.
Like in 2024, there wasn't a lot of Loud House episodes that premiered that we cannot make a tournament anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're not talking to Fanpage of Loud House. You're talking to Anination Podcast here.
Yeah. So the Anination Podcast is going to be taking over the tournament bracket, and now we're doing it a different way, making the best cartoon, picking up who's going to be the best cartoon.
Yeah. So may the best voted cartoon win.
Yeah. Again, you are involved in making the bracket. So go to our social media sites on X and Instagram at Anination Pod. Go to our Blue Sky at Anination Pod there as well. And if you're subscribed to our YouTube, make sure you look at our posts, because every day starting tomorrow, there will be a brand new poll for you to vote for.
Yeah, so we can't wait to see what you all voted for, and we will congratulate the winner.
Yeah, well, that's going to be a long process. Again, all college basketball teams are currently trying to fight for a spot in the tournament, and as of tomorrow, the cartoons are doing the same thing too.
Yeah. Like I said, March is the month of brackets.
It is madness. It is madness, as everyone says.
It's madness. It's bracket month.
Yes. All right. Well, until then, that's pretty much our episode, by the way.
Yeah, it really is, and I had so much fun with this episode, delving into the victory of indie animation, rather it be this animatic magical girl cartoon or an indie animated movie from Latvia winning such a grand prize, and also a start of a new tradition. Of course, we got March Madness right here.
Yep, we have March Madness right here. I'm just saying this is going to be this is going to be a fun one.
Yes.
But until then, thank you very much for checking out our Anination Podcast episode.
Yes, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for listening. And yeah, we're back after 2 weeks.
Yeah, we're back. We'll see you guys next week. See you guys then.
Have a good day, y'all. Don't forget to follow us.
Make sure you guys vote. Don't make sure you follow our social sites, our Twitter, our Instagram, our Blue Sky, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel, because this tournament all relies on you guys. Make sure you guys vote, okay?
Yes, we're counting on you, the followers and the subscribers, to go out and vote.
All right. Bye, everybody. See you.
Yeah.